in. Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
Ryan Shapiro.
Andy Wood, nice to meet you. Doing all right today?
Yeah, doing well. How about yourself?
Yeah, can't complain.
So I represent NetSuite. Brad told me you only have 20 minutes to talk today. I just want to say I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day.
No problem. Anything we do to better ourselves? Yeah. So why don't you tell me a little about NetSuite and stuff, and before we get started.
So yeah, I'm a sales rep for NetSuite.
Uh-huh.
We're a CRM, financial service, client database management system.
Okay. Okay.
We represent a variety of clients, ranging from small, mid-sized growing companies like yourself to large global organizations.
Okay. Well, let's see if we're going to be able to do something here.
Hey, yeah, just saying, going off that, do you mind if I ask you a few questions, kind of to better gauge, where we are and
go ahead.
where we lie? Do you mind if I open my computer, take some notes out?
Yeah, I do.
Thank
Nah,
you.
I'm just fine. You can open it up.
Okay. So going here, I see you bringing in about $7 million in revenue from last year. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Congrats. That's a great number.
Yeah, we did all right.
So what growth do you guys project in revenues over the next, let's say, 5 years?
I haven't really worked out the exact numbers with the CISs, but I think we were talking the other day. I think we were talking about we really want to be at about 4% a year per annum in the next 5 years. I think that'd be a solid foundation for where we want to be long term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys plan on expanding at all during that period?
Yeah, we're definitely going to be expanding. We're actually in the process of acquiring our own storage facility.
Okay, so you currently rent all your storage?
Yeah. Currently, we rent and then re-rent it back to our clients. But we're looking to own our own one.
Okay,
part
cool.
of the expansion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why don't we go? Let's talk a little about your current client management system. Can you tell me about that?
So basically, we've been using the same system for about the last 3 years.
Okay.
It really just keeps track of all the individual sales and clients that we have. Nothing really special to it. It kind of just it just allows us to kind of just manage our clients.
It's a pretty basic system.
Yeah. I mean, it does what we need it to do, but no bells and whistles or anything like that. I don't think. Yeah.
Can you tell me who in your company is using that system and how exactly that
Yeah. So we've been using, like I said, we've been using it for 3 years, and most of the people that use it are on the management side. So myself, Bobby, our marketing vice president, and Ellen operations are really the people that use it the most. But like I said, our sales is really what's the main thing of it. So all of our sales staff implement stuff on a daily basis. But once they really do the implementation, they're kind of hands off from it, and then they don't really handle it much after that.
So after it's in the system, you guys are the ones part.
Yeah. Then we're analyzing it and thinking about next steps and stuff. Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to your projected growth. And going off your system that we just talked about, do you think that current system can handle that expansion?
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the things that differentiates us from our competitors is that we can move locally, but we also do a great job of expanding long distance in our moves. One of the problems, though, that we then face with doing that is that there's some information that's lost and hard to track. Sometimes the timing of, when we need to be one place and like when we know if we've met that goal and stuff. We sometimes get a little turned around. That stuff, and don't know really when to move and where to move as best as we can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see here you have 3 sales reps pushing your product right now.
Yep.
Okay. Have you noticed any challenges in dealing with that size of a sales force, especially the 8 different services that you guys offer?
Yeah.
And with the growth that you want to obtain.
Yeah. We've been doing all right. They've been able to, we've been able to grow from where we started with the 3. Well, we originally, it was just myself making the calls. And, we hired a few along the way. We have 3 now, like you said. But you're right, with our hopes growing, we might have to consider, hiring some more people as we grow. But I don't think we've really had much challenges so far. I think we're in an okay place.
Okay. You said with the 8 services that you guys offer, ranging from commercial long distance to simply disposing of junk.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any areas that aren't really paying the dividends that they should be or that they used to be?
Yeah, actually, recently too, this past year, we had a dip. People are trying to save a buck wherever they can. Heck, even us as a company do.
Yeah,
I'm sure you do it.
yeah, grocery stores. Stuff
Yeah,
like that,
exactly,
anywhere you
right?
can, yeah.
Store brand and all that. And we have noticed a drop in the services that we offer with the packing, unpacking,
Okay.
of the moving stuff. It used to be 9% on average of our revenue per year. In this past year, it actually dipped down to 6%. People just aren't as willing to pay for that service. I guess they just think the opportunity cost is less if they just do it themselves. Which you can't fault them for, but it doesn't help us.
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned you have some problems with the tracking of information for your long distance and commercial moves. Yeah, I imagine this creates some frustrations not only with you and the rest of your company, but also with your customers. Can you tell me a little bit about like what that entails and how you guys deal with that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we make mistakes. We own it.
Of course.
That happens.
No one's perfect.
But one of the things we kind of pride ourselves on is righting our wrong, being honest, as honest as we can with our customers. We definitely give a discount when we can't deliver what we promised.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, it does frustrate me, definitely, as someone who wants to be able to give my customers the best possible experience that they can with us. But we have a great set of customer service guys. Peter and Bill have been with us from day one. They understand. They really are empathetic, and they want people to be happy with the experience they have. And I think people just want to know their voices are heard. So yeah.
Okay. If we go back to your revenue with only 3 people pushing your product, and the fact that you guys do expect to grow at about 4% per year, how do you know the time has come for you to hire more salespeople?
Yeah, well, one of the things I think that I could do a good job of is just simply observing where we're at. I myself started 20 years ago before this business in sales.
Okay.
We're selling homes for a big residential development company. And you can usually tell when guys get stretched out too thin and need a little break. It's overwhelming at times. It's a very carnivorous, environment out there, and sometimes you get stretched thin. I think my experience is going to be able to help me kind of see that sense. That's what I did with the last 2 guys. When the first guy I hired got he was a little overwhelmed. We were making progress. We'll hire another one.
So what would be the signs that one of your sales guys is getting too overwhelmed, or all 3 of them are stretched too thin across the board?
Yeah. Well, at first it was easier because we could, I had more of a direct communication and interactions with him on a daily basis. But once we started getting more nationally and they were traveling more, it really is just looking at the numbers. Plateau of sales, kind of operations slowing down a little bit, a little more strikeouts and advances than we'd like. So I think that really is the biggest things. Yeah.
All right. Well, we talked about that 3% discount in revenues from your packaging and unpackaging department. Was that foreseeable? What are your plans moving forward to deal with that issue?
I don't know. I mean, isn't it a trend nowadays to just get in shape? Everyone's got their bit fit or whatever you call it, and they try to help them keep motivated to be in shape, and they all think that they can lift and move whatever the heck they want. And they all think they're the Hulk.
My daughter's obsessed with taking the right amount of steps.
Yeah, like taking 50 steps is going to make me be able to lift the furniture now suddenly. But it's something you got to realize. What people don't realize, you can seriously hurt yourself. My wife, before we had this business, my wife actually threw out her back trying to move a sofa one time, and we got a guy down in packaging, Dale Peachtree, 6'5", 280. He's not going to hurt his back moving the Goldstein's antique furniture.
Yeah, it sounds like a defensive tackle for the Skins.
Yeah, I tell you what, he could be. He's a big boy. We keep him around for the old family flag football games on Thanksgiving. But we are thinking of creating a package deal. In all seriousness, that would incentivize people, I think, to do the unpacking and packing more. It's a little bit of a discount, but we really need to be able to understand, besides this kind of these trend things that go up and down long term, how it can grow in all those areas.
Okay. So if you get that number back to around 9%, what more in revenue would that bring in for the company?
Heck, you're probably looking at another 3% of 7 million. So I would say it's probably like just over $200,000.
Wow, that's a huge turnaround.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
you're right. Definitely. It definitely is a substantial sum that I think is something we should address.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you'd be able to observe when your salespeople are becoming stretched too thin, and you'd see a decrease in operations and
Yeah.
a plateau of sales.
Yeah.
If it never got to that point because you knew exactly when to hire another salesperson, how do you think that would affect your revenues?
Well, you got to understand, and I'm sure you do. It's expensive to hire new people.
Yeah, of course.
It is. And I think if we got to the point where our sales were stagnant, like I said, I think it definitely would help increase sales. If I did take a look to take the load off of some of those shoulders, and hire someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you also mentioned that you give discounts when your customers, or when you don't deliver on time from losing that information that you mentioned earlier.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, what are these discounts costing you cumulatively, and how would decreasing the number of the times that happens affect your business?
So the way we do it, I didn't go into this earlier, but the way we do it is we give them a kind of a promised time frame.
Okay.
We're going to deliver it between X and Y.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't deliver that promise, we guarantee a 10% discount
Okay.
right away on top of, coupons or anything. And I think if we can cut down on these, now you have to understand these happen about on longer moves, which our longer moves are pretty much anything beyond 100 miles radius of where we're moving from. They probably happen about 15% of these longer moves.
Okay.
We could save a good bit, and it's definitely something we need to address. I definitely think that's something that we need to take care of.
Okay. Well, do you mind if I come over there and show you just exactly how our system
No,
works
here.
and kind of address some of the needs that we've discussed?
Please take a
Thank you.
seat. Yeah.
All right, here, I'll just pull up NetSuite.
Oh, it's one word, NetSuite.
NetSuite.
Rolls off the
Yeah.
tongue there. Yeah.
So right here, what you're looking at is across the board, you've got all different areas of basically of your business.
Mhm.
So over here, you can track sales, track revenue. Basically, all your financial data will be right here in this tab.
All right.
Okay, scheduling. You talked about sometimes you don't know when stuff's supposed to move where. Click here, you can see all your past history, all your future appointments, where it's supposed to be, what time, and like who it's supposed to go to, and who's taking care of that, but on your side of it.
Okay. Well, how do we on this scheduling part though? How do we then kind of like make sure that the schedules are being completed as they're put in there?
Okay, so NetSuite does come with a mobile app.
Okay.
That can be a tablet that you give to your movers, or simply on their smartphone.
All right.
Everyone's got a smartphone these days.
Yeah, my daughter, she's 8 years old. Says, "Daddy, I want the iPhone 6." I said, "When you can spell iPhone 6, you can get one." You know.
Kids gotta go play outside of the sticks.
Exactly, right.
So yeah, back to your question. It's right here, actually, right
All
in this
right.
tab. Click here.
Okay.
It'll drop down and bring up all the information that you need to see right there.
Uh-huh.
So I just wanted to touch on one of the features that you brought up earlier about how difficult it is to know when to hire more people.
Yeah.
So right here, when you click on this tab, it's going to bring up all of your 3 salespeople's history and past sales, basically over however long they've been here. You said they've been here for a while, I think.
Uh-huh.
So you can see the trends going up, and if there's ever a plateau or a decrease in sales, you're going to be able to immediately tell why, or not why, but
So
when.
these graphs are real time. So if
Real time.
I can look at it, this increase could be today, and then in a week from now, I could check it again and it'll refresh. It's not something that regenerates at the end of each month.
No, it's up to date. The second they have a sale.
And who in the salesman will input
Yeah,
all
they
this
will
information?
input that, but the second they input it, you're going to be able to see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gotcha. I mean, all looks great. You bring up some good points, definitely. But my daddy always taught me if something looks too good, it probably is. I got to know dollars and cents. What are we talking about here, though?
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. It's something we needed to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
So for a company your size with your projected growth, we're looking at a $3,000 flat fee installation. That'll be implementing the system across the board, get it up and running, and then after that it's going to be a $500 a month subscription fee that we charge. We ask you for the first year you sign on. is so basically it's a 1-year contract.
Okay.
And after that, if you're not satisfied, you have the opportunity to renew your lease every 6 months.
Okay. And over a period of time, is that $500 negotiable at all?
No, that is our flat fee for your size.
Okay.
If you do grow exponentially, something that we don't foresee, we'll have to renegotiate it. But right now, all you need to worry about is that $500 a month plus the $3,000 installation fee.
Alright.
But in addition to that, you aren't just getting the system. You are getting me as customer service. If there's ever a problem, you give me a call 24/7, 365. I'll be there to help you out. But I really don't see too many of that happening. Our system is very good. There's a lot of other things as a small business owner that you need to be worrying about, but your CRM program with us isn't something that's going to keep you up at night. It's only going to help. And like I said, if there's any problems that arise, I'll be there to take care of them.
Great. Well, I like what I heard. I really think that is something we can work out. But this isn't one brother in a truck. Got 2 sisters. I gotta get in touch with Bonnie and Ellen before I can sign off really on anything. But we have a meeting tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And so what we'll do is we'll bring it up at the meeting. Look at our annual budget, see what we can do. We also got to look at our contract from our current CRM system, see where we're at. But I'll have Brad give you a call around 10 o'clock tomorrow after the meeting, and we'll see what we'll go from there.
Okay, 10 o'clock. All right.
Sounds
Thanks
good.
so much.
Yeah.
Have a good
Take
one.
care. All right.